Hey everybody, it's Kunu again for another weekly update. Listen, we've got some interesting news this week around the fact that we are growing as a company and we are more in demand than ever. One of the things that we want to talk about is you will likely get more phone calls from us, more emails, more communication that's going back and forth. Our intention and our hope is to get you all the hours that you want. For those of you that are using the ClearCare Go app, you can actually change the number of hours that you want and also your unavailability within that application itself. So if you haven't downloaded the ClearCare Go app, that's just one of the benefits, but that's a way for you to update your own information. If you're wanting more hours, we definitely have them for you. So please make sure you update your stuff. Speaking of updating your information, we are going into what's flu season. So although we've been dealing with a pandemic and something that's viral all year long, there's no need to remind you all to make sure you're washing your hands using hand sanitizer. But we still have to keep our personnel files up to date. And one of those things, it's in your personnel files every year, especially this time of year, we need to update your flu form. And that flu form, either you answer some questions and some information in there, or you do what's called a flu declination. And it's for whatever reason that applies to you that you feel that you are exempt from getting your flu shot. I can tell you, as always, and every year, I encourage you to go get your flu shot. And there will be some information that we'll link below or be sending to you directly in which we will reimburse in some cases for your flu shot. So just keep in touch with us and we'll get you more of that information. Just around kind of staying compliant, there's another area which I know we talk about a lot. It's called electronic visit verification. For those caregivers that are using the Medicaid system, you are within our platform where you're servicing a client that's on the Medicaid systems, you need to make sure that you are using the client's tablet as the primary way of clocking in, right? So once you walk in the door, the first thing you should do is go to that client's tablet, which is given to them by the state and their insurer, and clocking in that way. There are some other backup ways that you can clock in, including you can load those applications onto your own phone, but make sure that you're using a form of electronic visit verification. Even if your client is not a Medicaid client, all of our private pay, our Medicare Advantage, all the other clients, we still have a way to do electronic visit verification, and that is through the ClearCare Go app. So make sure that you're utilizing that platform. The other update that we want to give you is about the walk for Alzheimer's awareness. So all across the state, some walks have already started to gear up, and there are sign-up links that will be included for you here. Please participate. It's one of our biggest passions as a company is to serve other individuals, and the Alzheimer's Association puts on these walks as really twofold. And raising money, although that's one of the things, the other is to make sure that they're sharing information, educating individuals in the community. And for many of us at Senior Solutions Home Care, we've likely serviced one or more clients that were suffering with Alzheimer's or some form of dementia. So please participate. For those of you level 4 caregivers that have already gotten your swag bags, remember you have an Alzheimer's awareness purple shirt that's included in that swag bag. Pull that out, represent the company, represent yourself, and get involved with it. The last thing that we want to mention today is around social media. Listen, this is an old conversation. Everybody knows that social media is a great thing. It's also a dangerous thing when used inappropriately. From a company's perspective, we just encourage you to remember the things that you share publicly are out there for the public to see. Many times our human resources department is dealing with posts that caregivers have made online. We're dealing with reports of things that you may have shared or commented on. Just make sure that whatever you're doing online, if you're doing it publicly, that you realize that more than just the person you're talking to or more than just your friends might see it. So be careful out there, especially this year being an election cycle and an election year. The next few months are going to be very interesting. It'll be very contentious. There will be a lot of emotions going on. Just so you know, as a company, as Senior Solutions Home Care, there are a few things that we support. One is definitely your right to vote. So get out there, register, vote, and vote in this election cycle. Two is that we really are focused on something that's not political at all, which is we feel that taking care of others should be a primary thing that all of us agree to do. So we do that by serving the elderly and persons with disabilities. And any party, both parties, all the parties can agree that that is some of our most precious citizens and neighbors and community members. So we'll continue on with our mission and vision. We are not divisive politically about it, and we support the entire election cycle. So please get out there, register, and vote. Thanks, everybody. See you next week.